Hi and welcome back to my channel. It feels like forever since I've sat down and filmed, which I guess it kind of has been because I did a bunch of pre-filming before I went on vacation, and so now I'm just catching up because I didn't feel like getting ready the last couple days. So hopefully this video isn't too rusty, but today I wanted to talk about the books that I'm excited for that are releasing in August. August is kind of a crazy month for releases, and as I was going through some of them, it was really hard to narrow down a list, but I believe I have 9 books today to talk about. A couple of them, actually only one of them I was pre-approved for, and the rest I am just really looking forward to. I know one I've pre-ordered for sure, and probably another one is coming soon. So let's take a look and get started. I'm going to kind of be bopping back and forth between my computer and my list that I've got here so that I can give you a good preview of what's to come. So the very first one comes out the 2nd of August, and that is Thank You for Listening by Whelan. This one I actually was approved for, but I haven't read it yet. Whelan is one of my favorite audiobook authors. Audiobook narrators, and now she's kind of jumping into writing, and so I'm looking forward to kind of taking a look at this one. I did preview it back in my NetGalley video and just didn't end up picking it up, but I should pick it up soon here. But it does say it is the story of a former actress turned successful audiobook narrator who has lost the sight of her dreams after a tragic accident, and her journey of self-discovery, love, and acceptance when she agrees to narrate one last one. So I'm assuming kind of a little bit of truth to this one, but we'll see. Next up is, let me look at my list here, The Family Remains. And this one is by, let me just pull it up here, Jewell. And now I have not read the first book in this series. I believe it was The Family Upstairs. It is on my shelf somewhere over in here. So I do need to pick that up and read that before I would pick up this one. But it's an intricate and affecting novel about twisted marriages, fractured families, and deadly obsessions in this standalone sequel to The Family Upstairs. So it's actually called The Family Remains. I don't want to know too much more about it other than that because I haven't read the first one, but I know that'll be a good one coming out soon. Next up, after that, I'm trying to do these in order, so stay with me here. Oh, Stay Awake by Goldin. I actually just finished reading this one not too long ago. I did get approved for both the ebook and the audiobook from NetGalley, and I don't want to give too much because I'll talk about that in my monthly wrap-up. But I enjoyed the book for the most part. Let me pull it up here. I feel like I should be able to give you a synopsis, but whatever. I want to make sure I'm giving you everything that it says. And it says, Liv Reese wakes up in the back of a taxi with no idea where she is or how she got there. When she's dropped off at the door of her brownstone, a stranger answered, a stranger who now lives in her apartment, and forces her out in the cold. And so basically you find out that every time she falls asleep, she cannot remember what has happened for the past 2 years. And the story kind of goes from there. It definitely had me guessing kind of throughout the whole thing. And I guess you'll have to wait till my monthly wrap up to see how I really felt about it. But this one does come out on August 9th, and it's one that I think people should pick up because I really liked Goldin. All right, so I apologize if you see some air movement. I had to turn on my fan. I am not sure what's going on in Wisconsin today. The temperature actually is not that bad, but the dew point must be high because it is muggy in my apartment today. But moving on, coming out on August 16th is The Last Housewives by, I'm gonna get this, Winstead. I don't know why I forgot that one. I am really looking forward to this one because there we go. I read her first thriller and I really enjoyed it. I have not picked up her romance book yet. It's actually sitting right here on my shelf. I need to pick that up, and I've marked that the audiobook is unscribed. I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm really looking forward to this one coming out because I loved In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. And this one's going to be another thriller that comes out on the 9th, The Last Housewife. And so it says, it is a pitch black thriller about a woman determined to destroy a powerful cult and avenge the deaths of the women taken in by it, no matter the cost. That sounds fantastic. I can't wait to pick this up. I don't have it pre-ordered yet, but after this video, I may very well consider that. All right. I'm literally crossing them off my list as I talk about them. The next one that comes out on August 23rd is Girl Forgotten by Karin Slaughter. Now, I don't know much about this one at all, and I've actually only read one book by Karin Slaughter. So I can't speak to her writing style too much, but the book that I did read by her previously was probably one of the most graphic books that I've ever read when it comes to talking about killing and serial killers. I think it was a serial killer. And so I put caution in picking up another one just because that one was super graphic. But Girl Forgotten does come out on the 23rd. A small town hides a big secret. Who killed Emily Vaughn? Prom night, Longville Beach, 1982. Ooh, 80s. Awesome. Emily Vaughn dresses carefully for what's supposed to be the highlight of any high school career. But Emily has a secret, and by the end of the night, because of that secret, she will be dead. Sounds really, really good. Now looking at Goodreads here, it does look like it is the second book in an Andrea Oliver series. So I am not sure if you need to read the first one or not. I'll look that up and put it in here somewhere. But it sounds really good. And I know a lot of people have been talking about it that are Karin Slaughter fans. So you may want to check that one out on August 23rd. And now the last couple all come out on August 30th. And let me tell you, August 30th is going to be a day for books. So I don't even know where to start because these all are really, really good. The one I know I have already pre-ordered is the Final Gambit, which is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. That one is the third book in the Inheritance Game series. Now, I don't want to give too much away because I've already read books 1 and 2, but this will be the third and final in that series. Basically, a girl named Avery has inherited the Hawthorne everything, and she has to go and live in this house with all of the grandsons who didn't receive anything, and she doesn't exactly know why it was her. And the house is kind of like playing a bunch of riddles and tricks, and she's got to go through and figure this all out. So terrible introduction to that book, but I've really enjoyed the series. The first 2 were 5-star reads for me, which is why I have already pre-ordered that one. Another one that I'm super looking forward to, and I'm actually kind of shocked that I haven't pre-ordered this one, but I think I always tend to wait for these to come to my school library so that I'm utilizing that resource. But this one is Nothing More to Tell by Karin M. McManus. She is probably one of my favorite YA authors. She wrote One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, The Cousins, which is sitting way up there. These are all my books that my mom needs to read yet. So The Cousins is in that pile for her to read, and I have loved everything that she's put out so far. Nothing More to Tell. Let me pull this one up. I prepped so well today. It says 4 years ago, Bryn left St. Ambrose School following the shocking murder of her favorite teacher, a story that made headlines after the teacher's body was found by 3 St. Ambrose students in the woods behind their school. The case was never solved. Now that Bryn is moving home and starting her dream internship at a true crime show, she's determined to find out what really happened. So like I said, Karin M. McManus, automatic pickup for me. I'll probably end up ordering this one before the 30th rolls around, but really looking forward to picking that one up. 2 more coming out on the 30th. Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This one is focusing on a tennis player named Carrie Soto who is looking to basically make a comeback after she finds out that a lot of her tennis records are being broken by someone younger. She was also a character in Malibu Rising, and I actually forgot what her character was until I watched a video by Heather from Bookables this morning, and she is the main character of Malibu Rising's ex-husband's new girlfriend or wife. So I was like, oh yeah, that's how she's related to that book. And I love that Taylor Jenkins Reid kind of does some of that connecting between her novels. So I'm looking forward to this one coming out on the 30th. Hoping that maybe it's going to be a book of the month book for August. So we will see in a couple days. I forget, it's the 27th today. So I'm sure those will be releasing soon and we'll find out. But that one would be great to pick up in August. And the last and final one I want to talk about today is Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. I have only read, I believe, one book by her, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I do believe that was Rock, Paper, Scissors. Yep, over there. Really amazing, kind of locked in thriller. And so this one says, after years of avoiding each other, Daisy Darker's entire family is assembling for Nana's 80th birthday party in Nana's crumbling Gothic house on a tiny tidal island. Finally back together one last time, when the tide comes in, they will be cut off from the rest of the world for 8 hours. So once again, I think it's kind of like that locked door, one place type of thriller. And I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what happens in that one. So those are all of the different books that I'm looking forward to coming out in August. If you want to check any of them out, I will have them listed below with the dates that they are coming out. What are you looking for that coming out in August? I know there are so many more that I did not talk about. Clearly these have been a little thriller heavy, but let me know what you're looking forward to. I look forward to seeing your comments. As always, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.